So here's what's going on right now. We have Hazelnut, which we thought was the really good mom. She's taking a break, and she's over with the buck, which is, what's his name? Henry. And then in here we have Cotton, which we thought was not a good mom. And it looks like she's nursing Hazelnut's baby. Cotton's babies are really all the other rabbits that you're looking at, except the large one, which is 2 weeks old now. And it seems like they're both mothers. Sometimes they fight and don't let each other in. Let's see what happens, the interaction. We have two moms here. Again, the majority of the babies belong to the white one, Cotton. Hazelnut has one baby for sure that we know, and that one is underneath Cotton, the white rabbit. So they're nursing each other's babies. They're mothering, it seems like, all the babies, when we thought they were rejecting all the babies. So these are, I believe, California Flemish mix. Meat rabbits, I believe, is what they're raised for. They grow really fast. Within 2 weeks, they quadruple in size from birth. They are strong from birth. They start growing the hair within hours, it seems like, and they start growing by the minute, is what it seems like. And they get stronger and stronger and stronger. And they seem to be good mothers. Henry is a really good breeder. He was born with only one eye. We might have to clean out the pus every once in a while. It gets infected, so maybe eventually we'll get him an artificial eye, a glass eye, who knows. I'm being funny, but who knows, it might actually happen. We got our ducks. They lay eggs just anywhere. They lay in the mud. I gotta fish for them and get them cleaned. We're raising duck eggs. We're raising rabbits for food, to sell and to breed. We're raising quail for the eggs and for meat. We're raising chickens for eggs and eventually meat when they slow down in production. We're raising tortoises because I love them and I love turtles. But if anything really hit the fan, we always have that turtle meat as well. But that's probably not gonna happen. I'd rather go catch something in the wild before I do that. So everything has a purpose for the most part in these parts, and we're hunkering down, and it's just so sad what's going on out there, and just to hear people get sick and the fear and the economic devastation that we're in right now. And then of course the left and the right side are fighting each other like red and blue coats over at the white over in Washington. And so it's sad to see our nation so divided. And just like 9/11, we quickly get reunited whenever a fellow American is in need, or even just a human being. We're dealing with people here, but unfortunately our differences are holding us back, and our differences are still creating hatred. So it's sad. It's a really hard times right now. It's crazy. 2019 was crazy for me in just many different ways, and I'll go into that in the future, I'm sure. But 2020 is going to go down in the books for sure, and especially in my lifetime. I don't think most Americans have ever seen anything like this. And we might be dealing with a Great Depression, another depression, who knows, if we don't bounce back. And if we don't distance ourselves and take necessary precautions, wash your hands. Guys, this is no time, especially young people, this is definitely no time to play around and think that you're invincible. You're gonna cause others to die, and you're eventually gonna get sick yourself. And you play with fire long enough and you will get burned. And so somebody's gonna get hurt from this. So please distance yourselves. I'm not saying that just because everybody else is saying it. I'm telling you, it's wisdom, it's common sense, and it's something that you can do right now. Obey by the local government laws and rules, and just keep enjoying your outdoors, keep having fun. Make sure your kids aren't experiencing fear, just like it's the job of our government to kind of help, control how we react We have failed as Americans. We have failed with greediness and selfishness. We have failed with fear. And we're constantly failing each other. So let's be there for each other. If anybody needs any wild meat or needs meat, I can go out there and I can harvest. It's not deer season, but I have a freezer full. So if you need something, just let me know, and I can certainly go and harvest a wild hog for you. And I'm telling you, one decent sized hog will feed a family for weeks. So, you know, it's times like this where you're actually embracing the hunter and you're embracing the armed. I'm carrying right now because I carry every day, and then we're surviving and we're self-sustaining ourselves. We're raising meat, we're farming, we're gardening. I have pear trees and apple trees, and I have other things that are growing all around. I try to have a purpose for everything that I own. All it is me surviving, me cultivating, taking care of our property. We have quail, we have chickens. Let me show you. It's a huge mess right now. We have a pond with some fish in it, the goldfish, so they're not really edible, but we do have some perch. Okay, some quail. We don't have many left, but we do have some quail. They're laying eggs, as you can see, and we'll also provide meat if need be. We have chickens. Everything's a muddy mess right now because we have been just raining. It's just been a muddy mess. Even my tortoises are muddy from digging in the mud. We got ducks for duck eggs. They lay eggs. We can always use them for meat if we need. There are our pets, but they're also a resource. Duck eggs right there. We're gonna get those here in just a second. And I'll show you, we also have some chicken eggs as well. And we're gonna get those. Sorry, my boots have a little bit of water in them. It's super muddy and just wet around here. Let's see what we got here. We got one. Ladies, you're slacking. I think they like this side better. Don't be slacking, ladies. Okay, we got two here. Mama, are you laying eggs or are you just sitting on them? Let me get these out from under you. I don't want you to sit on them and get them hot. Brood. So, just today alone, so far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 eggs. We got 4 duck eggs out in the yard. I think they lay 1 a day. I think they're both hens. I might get them a drake. We'll see. But my tortoises are eating. It's springtime around here, so my tortoises are eating weeds and grass. I got the boat right here that we're gonna get her ready for the water. Right here, we got a mud motor to take us in shallows, even though we don't need to worry about that. We have so much rain. We got the ATV, which we're here pretty soon, I believe, in our local government at least, where we can get a license plate for that four-wheeler and actually ride it in town, and in case we don't have a vehicle, and just if we just need to, you know, you never know what can happen. We got this bus right here that we still have to fix. We bought this bus. Say hi.
Hi.
But we bought this bus right here for to convert into a motorhome or a camper. I just wanted to build it the way I wanted to. Wanted to custom build it. It's a fully mechanical diesel. What I like about this is if anything ever failed with the more modern vehicles that are computerized and are controlled by who knows what. And again, I'm not a doomsday prepper. That's not what I am. I'm not a paranoid person. But this right here is waking me up. And I think this whole C-19, COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic is going to open all of our eyes to what this country is about, which is greed and dependability on the government, and depending on stores, and depending on buying and restaurants and drive-thrus. And I own a restaurant, so I want people to go eat at my restaurant. But here's the thing, we're so dependent on grocery stores that obviously during an emergency cannot cannot provide for all of us. And so it's important to learn sustainability. Am I buying groceries right now? Absolutely. Am I buying diapers and toilet paper and wet wipes whenever you can find it? Yeah, because I have a family of 5 and I have a newborn and I have babies and people that are dependent on what the stores have, what we've become dependent on. I get that. But if I need to, we will survive somewhere under a rock in the bush, eating snakes and lizards and rabbits and deer and hog and dove and ducks and everything, possums, raccoons, everything that you say, oh, that causes coronavirus. Who knows where it really came from? Bats, pythons, who knows? The bottom line is there are many dangers out there. There are many hazardous things out there for all of us. We've created that, and it's also natural. But we're survivors, and we're going to get through this. And the sunshine will come out again. Ironically, it's been overcast this whole time here in North Texas, where I'm at. It's been overcast and rainy and muddy ever since this whole pandemic really broke out and affected my area. And it'll test you. It'll test your resilience for life. It'll test your resilience for people. It'll test your fears, your faith. It'll rock you to the core. Your business, what you're dependent on, what you have, what you don't have. It'll change your life forever. It's changing me as I speak. It's changing my views. It's changing what really matters to me in life. Because I'm going to tell you right now, there are 2 things that matter to me right now more than anything. I could lose everything. It is my faith in God, first of all, and knowing that He is in control. Because if not, Lord, help us. We're all going to the hell, and if there isn't no hell, we're in it. But my faith in God is the first thing. Second thing is right there. Right there. My family, my girls, my sons, my wife. That is what matters. Hold on to what matters. Cultivate what matters. Focus on what matters most. And don't get so caught up. Yes, I'm in social media. It's part of my business. I'm on YouTube. But also, I'd like to have a platform to be able to talk. I don't mind it. I don't mind controversy or anything like that. And I apologize to anybody if it's ever rooted in hatred. If you feel like it's rooted in that, I promise you that is not my motive. My motives are to speak my opinion, and I just love people. Sometimes Democrats and Republicans bother the heck out of me. But that's not what it's all about. It's about not politics, not right or wrong, not black or white, not what really matters. What really matters the most is God, your family, and love your neighbor as you love yourself. Love your neighbor as God loves you, and love God. And it's impossible to love God without loving people. Just because we don't want to be around certain people doesn't mean we don't love them. I love everybody. I don't hoard any hatred for any one person. I don't care how bad you treated me in my lifetime. So, I'm going to stop my rant. I'm glad you got to see the tour of what we're surviving on. Of course, we're still hunting. The freezers are full. If anybody needs anything, please let me know. Hit me up. You can find me, Texas Jungle. Bottom line is, I love you. God bless you. Stay safe. Love God. Love the outdoors. Love your family. And find your jungle. God bless. When we weed around here, we don't actually poison the weeds, and we don't throw anything away. We just we'll start pulling the weeds out. It's dead, but we start pulling these leaves out, and all of our all the weeds out of the garden, and we weed and feed in a different kind of a way. Let me show you how we weed and feed. This is how we weed and feed. So during times like this, when a head of lettuce is very sometimes hard to come by or valuable, we feed these guys what they would eat if they were out in the wild. All these different weeds. It's like a mixed salad green for them. Grass, leaves, dandelions, flowers, and they give us eggs in return. And babies.
And meat.
And meat. That's right. And that's how we weed our garden. We'll go around and we'll say, thank you, Lord, for providing the weeds. I used to look at them as a nuisance. Now I'm like, hey, hallelujah, I don't have to spend I don't have to spend more money on lettuce or as much money, because now you want to give them stuff with a lot of nutrients too, and we give them fruits, but you don't want to feed them too many fruits and vegetables anyway. It's not natural. That's not what they grew up on anyway. This is what they grew up on. Cotton, how are we doing in there? How we doing, Mama? So there are smaller babies that are only 2 days old, and we have a 2-week-old. That's the little cutie right there. That's what they're gonna look like. They're gonna go from that to that in 2 weeks. Is that crazy? That's how rich Mama's milk is. Craziness. So, meat rabbits, really good. Flemish and Californians that were given to us by friends. And hey guys, so check out, I wanna give a shout out real quick. Thanks to Rhett and Brittany. They actually have an Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and I believe it's Adventure Creek Homestead. And they have rabbits and goats and sheep and ducks, and they just kicked off their new channel. So check that out. Please support them. Subscribe to them, and then no, that's fine. What are you doing to that rabbit? Don't bite that rabbit.
It's trying to get away.
Hey, don't bite the rabbit. Stop it.
I don't move, Hazelnut. Come here.
Hazelnut, move. What are you doing? Yakum. That's not cool, bro. Maybe he's just trying to say that's all mine. Let's give them some in here. Come on, man. Take it easy. They like to jump. This was kind of a recent thing. They started doing this, I think, about a week ago. They started jumping up on this thing. This is the turtle cave. And they started jumping up, and they just kind of like to chill up here. Right, Henry? Here's his eye. Yeah, his eye. It doesn't look too bad, though. But every once in a while, we have to get in it and clean it.
The white stuff cleared out.
You did clear it. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah, we got a total of 8 babies. One of them is just a itty bitty little thing. She is 2 weeks old, and she is doing amazing. She's just a fun little rabbit.
And I can call her. She'll come.
See if she'll eat this.
Oh, I saw her eating.
Let's see if she eats that. She smells it, but now it's on the other side. So you're eating that grass? Well, I don't know if she's actually eating it. She wants to nurse. So there's milk from both of these baby factories here. Both of these mamas have milk. Sweet things. Yeah, so that's how we weed and feed. Right, Ori?
Yeah.
No, these willow trees, we actually got this willow tree. It's doing amazing. This is a 3rd transplant on this willow tree. You can actually take and plant this and stick it in water and it'll grow roots. That's the cool thing about these willow trees. It originally, like years ago, came off of friends of ours willow tree, and we just took a branch off and we stuck it in water and it grew roots, And then we moved again since then and took a branch off of that. And just so we keep bringing this willow tree with us everywhere we go. I got to protect the bottom because the rabbits are chewing on the bark. And that will kill the tree eventually. Without bark, it's like you not having skin. You'll get infections. The tree will get infections. Oh, we got a baby that just made its way to Cotton. It doesn't have a big belly, so I hope it does get some food right now. That one doesn't look like it has a big belly.
That's the only one, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm seeing a few. I see one back there that looks skinny. I'm just hoping they get...
I told you they don't have enough nipples. Or,
Well, between these two rabbits, I'm hoping that they can raise all these babies. None of them look like they're super weak, though. None of them look like I don't see any bones. So you want to see a belly, and none of them are going to have the belly that Rebecca had because she grew up alone. Her first 2 weeks was no competition. Rebecca's a good sister. For sure. And then it looks like Cotton's going to be a good mama. And Hazelnut's a good mama too. But we got a little baby. Where are you, baby? Somewhere under there. A little baby. Nursing. They all seem to be hungry. So I'm hoping that it's feeding time for all of them. Not just that little cutie down there. Look at that. Aww. I can hear the baby suckling over here.
oh, look at the little one, two little ones in the back.
Yeah. See those little feet?
Yeah.
They just stuck out from under mama. Cute. Look at that one. We have one that's gonna be, it looks like it's gonna be tan and white.
Yeah.
See that?
I was looking at them and I go, this one looks just white, but this one looks like hazelnut.
Henry likes willow branches. That's why they chew on that bark over there. Not a whole lot they won't eat. They all eat about the same thing. The ducks, the rabbits, the turtles, they all kind of eat the same thing. So, yep. That's it for now, right?
Yeah.
We'll hop back on the screen if something else comes up.